Now, it turns out that here in Mexico, the authorities never suspected Ruben Rocha Moya's ties to the Sinaloa cartel. And how could you blame them, right? Because it's not like there were kidnappings and threats against his opponents that helped him win the 2021 election. Because it's not like Mayo Zambada wrote a letter accusing him of being summoned to a meeting. Because it's not like the widely known intelligence reports within political circles were enough for someone to say, watch out, something's off here. No, nobody suspected a thing. At least that's what Omar Garcia Harfuch claimed. In response to the accusations from the United States against Rocha Moya, the Secretary of Security stated that nothing ever raised suspicions within the government because the governor, who is currently on leave, always cooperated and never tried to obstruct any operation against the Sinaloa cartel. This Monday, during his 15th visit to the state, Garcia Harfuch confirmed that although Rocha Moya is no longer serving as governor, he still has security escorts, not because he requested them or because he has received threats, but solely as a precaution. Garcia Harfuch mentioned that none of the other 9 individuals accused by the United States have requested additional security. Among them are the current Morena Senator Enrique Insunza and the licensed mayor of Culiacan from Morena, Juan de Dios Gámez Mendivil. In addition, the secretary announced that they will keep more than 10,000 soldiers, Marines and National Guard members deployed in the state, and that, if necessary, they will send even more. Hard data that reveals the situation in Sinaloa. From November 1st, 2021, when Rocha Moya took office, to May 1st, 2026, more than 4,000 people have been murdered in the state. But no one ever suspected the collusion between those in power and organized crime. Look at this, because here is a serious question. What is actually worse? Is it that the warning alarms were never actually raised in the first place? Or is it the fact that, as we all know they were then simply ignored out of convenience? Here are the words of Garcia Harfuch in response to a flawless series of questions from reporter Marcos Vizcarra, editor of Espejo magazine. And let me pause here to acknowledge the work of all the brave fellow reporters in Sinaloa who have risked and continue to risk their lives despite the terrible circumstances in the state.